War is by far the most inhuman of human activities, and throughout history we have seen the devastation it leaves behind. In this story, we examine some efforts dealing with the consequences of modern warfare, where landmines destroy the lives of many innocent victims of war.
Jairatna lives in a village along the borders of Sri Lanka's conflict areas. Jairatna used to be a farmer until a few years ago when he lost his leg in a landmine accident.
I couldn't even think of what my future would be like after I lost my leg, but my family helped me a lot.
Despite the odds against him, Jairatna has been able to find other means of supporting his family, unlike many who are not so fortunate. Each year, an estimated 26,000 people worldwide are killed or otherwise injured by anti-personnel landmines. 90% of those that are injured are civilians, many of them children. Sadly, landmines that remain hidden in the ground for decades after a war cannot distinguish between the footfall of an enemy soldier and an innocent civilian. It was only in 1997 that the Ottawa Convention called for the prohibition, use, production, stockpiling and transfer of anti-personnel landmines. This convention was ratified by 122 countries. However, even with the immediate ban on production and proliferation of any new mines, the landmine epidemic is likely to linger for many more years. At the current rate of demining, it will take over 1,000 years to clear them all. Even 20 years after the end of war in Laos, landmines remain a real threat to the rural civilian population. Many children have been maimed and killed, as landmines have also been found in playgrounds and schoolyards. While clearing mines in Mozambique one day in 1995, Chris Moon lost an arm and a leg to an anti-personnel mine. Though crippled by a landmine, Moon doesn't regard himself a victim. He would much rather be called a deminer instead, or he campaigns against mines and raises funds for mine victims.
For a number of years I worked in Cambodia. I ran mine clearance team. I have been able to run a number of marathons to raise funds for prosthetic centres and assistance for mine victims.
In Phnom Penh, the capital of Cambodia, Chris Moon visits a workshop which makes prosthetic parts principally designed for landmine victims. The workshop run by the International Committee of the Red Cross is the only one of its type in Cambodia and provides parts free of charge throughout the country. In addition, the UNDP supports many projects that provide employment to landmine victims. Chris wants to be sure that the funds he raises are put to good use. In order to put the production quality to the test personally, Chris has insisted on buying a prosthesis here.
Yeah, it feels right. I'm very interested to see what life is like for an amputee in Cambodia and just see from my own experience how the prosthesis fits, how it feels, what you can do with it, you know, whether or not it is easy and comfortable to walk and work.
Many people have benefited from the prostheses that have been made. However, even with collective and individual efforts to improve the lives of landmine victims, still more must be done to prevent this crisis from happening in the first place.